Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another edition of Inside the MASL. I'm your host, Jeremy Rika. Today, we are going to be previewing today's game between the Kansas City Comets and the St. Louis Ambush. When you look at these teams on paper, they had very, very different seasons. One of them was very successful, one of them, it was a season to forget. If you look at Kansas City, they finished the year with a 15-5 record, only to lose out to the Milwaukee Wave in the first round of the playoffs. If you look at St. Louis, on the other hand, they finished with a 1-19 record, only the second worst record in the MASL, only behind the El Paso Coyotes, who of course went 0-20 in their season last year. Both of these teams have something to prove. Both of these teams want to build upon what they had last year. If you look at these teams, they both have new head coaches. In St. Louis, we have Huberton Marrero, who of course comes over from the Cedar Rapids Rampage. And if you look at Kansas City, we have Kim Rosenblatt, and I think he'll do some great things over there as well. So for St. Louis, along with Huberton, comes veteran goalkeeper coach Mark Linton, as well as Jamie Swanner. Jamie Swanner will be the head coach on the days that Huberton is on the field. For the Comets, they have a few players returning that I think could make a definite impact on their season this year. If you look at Leo Gibson, I think he makes a great impact, as well as Pat Kelly for St. Louis. You can only go up from where you were last year. I think Huberton's going to do great things. I think he did great things in Cedar Rapids last year, and Cedar Rapids had a great year last year, only to fall off at the end of the year, but they did very well in the beginning. So it's going to be very interesting to see what that coaching staff does over there. I think if St. Louis can start off the year with a couple of wins, they're going to get a lot of momentum. I think it's going to be very difficult for them, only because they are in a very tough division with Milwaukee, Kansas City. So, I question whether or not they're going to do well. I really hope they do, because I think it's going to be a really good year for them personnel-wise. On paper, they have one of the best coaching staffs in the league, so it's going to be interesting to see what they do with the personnel that they have. And if you look at Kansas City, I think there's great potential over there too. It was a turbulent off season for them, but I think, with the personnel that they have, I think they'll do very well as well. In terms of the game, it's hard to say what's going to happen there, because you look at Kansas City, they have great scoring ability. At St. Louis, they showed bits where they could score too, so I think it could be a good game. Overall, I do think that Kansas City wins the game, but I do think St. Louis is going to make it very interesting. I think that if you look at it on paper, I think it's going to be a 2 to 3 goal difference between the two. I don't think St. Louis is going to keep up with them throughout the entire game. As I said, I'm not trying to badmouth anybody, because I know everybody on that coaching staff, and I think they will do great things. But in terms of quality and in terms of this match in particular, I do think Kansas City comes away with a win. That's my prediction. I think Kansas City starts the year 1-0, and I think they begin the I-70 series with a win against the Ambush. Well, that's it for my prediction of this game. If you want to catch the game, please do so on YouTube at MASL TV. If you want to know anything about the Major Arena Soccer League, please go to maslsoccer.com. Well, that's it for me, guys, but until next time, bye-bye.